Welcome back to Sunday Sees the World. It's been a minute, it's been a while. Well, I've been struggling with a few technical things. Lost my memory card, my camera crashed. So a lot of things have been just working against me, but I'm back better than ever. And I just want to say thank you guys also to you guys for subscriptions, likes and comments. I listened to you guys and I heard you guys were complaining about the level of volume on the video. So I've worked on that. So this now is going to be much better quality for you guys. And hopefully you're going to enjoy this as much as I'm enjoying doing this, right? So today I'm going to be covering my first gig overseas. My first job overseas was at hotels. So I'm going to tell you guys more about hotel life, being in a foreign country, how it works, and the processes of actually getting a job there, and what you need to do, what you need to know. And somewhere along this video, at the end, I'm going to also post up a few posts that are available for people who are looking for jobs to go overseas. So I'll put it up in the video, either somewhere along the video or at the end. And what you guys can do is can either apply directly online. I'll give you the links and everything, or you can send me some of your CVs. I will look through them and then I will send them directly to someone I know at that hotel that they can actually fast track the process. As I said, I'm here to help, so if I can, I will help. So yeah, so at the end of this video, I will link that up, and then you guys can hit me up. My email address will also be below, where you can send your CVs. Just don't flood me CVs that are not related to the jobs that I'm posting up, right? If you look at the post and you're like, I don't want this job, or this job is not for me, don't send your CV and like, hey, if anything comes up. No, please don't do that. Apply for what I have, because now I'm going to have CVs flooding into my email and I won't get to the CVs that I need to actually go through. So please, if you see the job descriptions or the job that I'm going to post up, if it's not for you, don't send a CV, please, man. I beg. Alright, so as I said, today we're going to be covering a lot about hotels, right? So stay tuned. And alright, so hotels. My first gig was at a hotel. Well, I was a personal trainer at a hotel. Did that for a couple of years. Well, I did that for mostly of my time in the Middle East, because I was in the Middle East. I did mostly personal training, and then my last 2 years I was kind of manager, supervisor of the spa gym area. So yeah, so I know what I'm talking about, right? And yeah, so I did that from 2014 up until 2022, 21 or 22, I can't remember, but I did it for a while, so it was nice. I enjoyed it. Gave me other opportunities also to explore, where I end up playing for a national team, because I actually had enough time for a visa to qualify as a citizen for that country, and I got picked for a national team that went to represent the country at the Dubai Sevens, and we actually won the tournament. The tournament which took us to the next tier, which was something exciting. That's another story for another day. So stay tuned. I have lots of stories. So yeah, hotels. So with hotels, there's two ways, right, of actually applying for hotels. There's two ways you can apply for a hotel job. One is obviously go directly onto their website. So for example, let's say Hyatt.com. You're gonna go to Hyatt.com and you're gonna click careers, and then obviously that's gonna pop up, and then you're gonna click which region you want to work in. So you can work more in Africa, in the Middle East, Europe, Asia. Those are the countries that are most likely to hire people from, let's say, South Africa, right? But when you go more of the USA and Australia, even some of the countries in Europe, well, I'd say most of the countries in Europe don't really hire outside the country, right? If you're in Europe, you'll get a job at a hotel if you are in Europe. Like for example, if you're staying in or visiting London, you apply for a job, you see an opening at a Hyatt in London, then your chances are you might get that job. But they won't get someone from South Africa to come work in London. Same thing with Asia. But mostly in Africa, if you like look for a Hyatt, like there's one in Tanzania, there's one in Mauritius, there's one in Egypt, there's one in Morocco. So those countries still take application from outside the country, depending also on your skill levels, right? But the high chances of you getting a job in the Middle East are very high, right? Because most jobs in the Middle East hire from outside the Middle East. So most people are from India, Pakistan, South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Egypt, Morocco. So a lot of people from outside, even the USA, Brazil. I know a lot of people even from that side of the world that have been working at the hotel. So that's a chance that now when you go Middle East, that's when now you can actually get a job in the Middle East, right, as a South African, right? So the process of it all is now, one, you need a qualification, right? Qualification as to what you want to do. If you're a chef, you've got your culinary degree or whatever you call it. If you are a housekeeping, right? I'm sure there's a minimum requirement for you to do housekeeping, right? There's some form of training that you need to do to get into housekeeping, right? Front office, front desk. I'm sure there's a minimum requirement for front desk, reception, those kind of things. Admin, maybe a diploma in admin or certificate in admin. So those things, one, you need to get that qualification or whatever qualification meets the requirements, right? That's step number one. Get that sorted. Step number two, get yourself a passport. Please, it's only what, 150 last time I checked? 150 for a passport, guys. 150 for a passport, I think, right? And if you have a passport now, please make sure it has at least a year or a year, over a year to a year and over. Don't let your passport, don't apply for jobs now overseas with a passport that's, I'd say, under a year, because the chances of you applying for a passport again, it's tricky when you overseas. Do you get what I'm saying? It's tricky now when you're overseas and applying for another passport. Chances are it's gonna take longer to actually get it, or unless you've got an because there's also agencies that help you with that, which is gonna cost you money. But if you're willing to pay those agents, then that's fine. But if you do it by yourself, normally it takes longer, and sometimes when you do that, that's most probably the time you want to also go back home or go on vacation, right? So now if your passport has lapsed and now it's time for you to go home, chances are you can't go home, or you can go home and only come back once now your passport is up to date. So you don't want to be caught in that situation. So that's why I'm saying, if you have a passport, look at your passport, let it be at least a year and more, nothing less, right? And number three, oh, this is very important. Police clearance. Police clearance is very important, right? Because if you have a criminal record of any sort, of any kind, trust me, you can't hide it. If it's in the books, they're not gonna hire you. Because not only do you they ask you to do the check, they also do the check. Right? It's easier for them to check, right? But they want something from your side. So police clearance. If you have any criminal record, I'm sorry, but it's gonna be tough for you to get a job overseas, because they don't hire any offenders. It can be a petty crime, but if it's on the books, it's very tough. That's why even with me, when I'm back home, I try stay as far away from any illegal activities. You know how it is. Any illegal activities, I try to stay away. Ways be drinking in public or any of those things. Okay? It might be small, petty, but I just fighting all these things. I stay away. So those are the three things I'd say. Get yourself ready with those three. Your CV up to date with all your qualification, your passport with at least a year or two on it still available, and then a police clearance. Well, you can do a police clearance now, and I think you get it after 3 months. Well, I got mine quick because I normally use an agent. So some people it's normally like a month or two, and then they get their police clearance, and I think it's valid for another 3 months. So if you're looking to do it now, we're in July, August. So yeah, normally in the Middle East now it's the time they're normally also hiring around August, September. So if you do it now, by September it should be with you, and that's the peak season for hiring, especially in the Middle East, right? And then once you've got all of those things together, right, send in your CV, as I said, to me, or apply online. Those are the things that you need to do to start off with, right? And then once you've done those things, what will happen if then you get a job offer? They're gonna call you up and they're gonna give you an interview, right? So make sure you have either a Skype or you have a Zoom. Make sure you have one of those two things, because they're gonna want to do a video interview. They don't do telephonic, they do video interviews to see how engaging and how is your persona like. Because you must remember, hotels, it's customer service, it's dealing with people, right? So they want to see how you are when you're conversating and how lively you are as a person, right? So they will do a Zoom interview or a Skype interview, right? And once they're happy with that, then they're gonna send you an offer letter, right? To say, okay, this is the offer we're giving you for work, and then you sign and return it to them, right? Once you sign your offer letter, then what happens is this. They're gonna ask you to then do a medical test, right? So there's a medical test that you'll do that will be on you, right? So medical test will consist of a blood test, all your blood tests, urine test, all your, the normal shebang, and also a stool test. Oh, and the other thing is they also do a lung test, right? So you're gonna do that at your own cost, send it to them, right? And once they approve of that, then they're gonna send you a contract, right? And then it takes then a while for you to then get processed into the system. Basically, they are applying for a visa for you. Some hotels it's quicker, some hotels might take about a month, right? Or about 3 weeks, right? Some hotels it could be like a couple of days, right? So then there's that waiting process of that 3 weeks. They won't tell you how long it will be because they also don't know. Once that process is done, then they will send you flight tickets, your visa, and then you're ready to actually fly out on a certain day that they give you to the destination of the choice, right? So those are the things that you just need to be aware of, right? And then when you get to the country, and, oh yeah, and your vaccination. Oh, I forgot. You need to also do a vaccination for COVID, all right? You need a vaccine, and maybe they'll ask you to also do a hepatitis vaccine. But as I said, different hotels, also different countries will have their own stipulations as to what medical test you need to do, what vaccines you need to have, etc., etc. So just be ready for those things also, right? So once they send you your tickets to, let's say, Dubai, they're gonna fly you out. They're not gonna fly you out first class. They're gonna give you a nice, it's a decent economy. If you have the cash, you can always bump it up to business class if you have the cheese, but economy is just as good. So it's normally a 9-hour flight or 8. Yeah, so it's 8-hour flight. You arrive in Dubai. Once you get to the airport, you will then find someone waiting for you to come pick you up from the hotel, right? Either they will go with you, or they will put you in the shuttle, the hotel shuttle, and then they will take you to, the shuttle will take you to the hotel. Because normally some people like different time zones. So there's a hostess that waits for the new arrivals and then just guides them to where they need to go. So you're not gonna get there and be like, hey, what do I do? Hey, where do I? No. You get there, get your bags, and you go through. As soon as you go through, you will see. They'll even tell you also in the email that there will be someone waiting for you outside. Look out for your hotel. Because normally they'll put like a hotel, the name of the hotel you're going to. And then you go there, they'll be like, they have the names. They'll be like, oh, Steve. Okay, Steve, come this way. Put you in the shuttle. Shuttle will then take you to the hotel. Right? So when you get to the hotel, chances are you're going to go straight to HR. Right? So when you get to HR, that's when now you're going to find out more of what your job description is and what are you going to be doing and what other benefits, because you're also getting benefits. So what other benefits you're getting by being part of that certain company, right? And also the company will then give you medical aid, obviously food, accommodation, and flights. Obviously that's something that's included. But your medical aid only kicks in once you in the country. So they'll do your, once you're there, they'll do your visa. So your ID. So they'll do like an ID for your visa ID, and then you'll get your medical card also. That takes about, I think you do that. Takes about a week or two once you're in the country. But for that first 2 weeks, you'll be carrying around like a copy of your passport to just be able to move around the country, right? And then once you get to the hotel, HR will take you in, sign some papers, more papers. Some people, they contracts, they sign when they get to the hotel. Some you sign and then do back and forth, sign this, email. But sometimes they'll email you your contract. You can sign it, keep it with you, and then when you actually get to even customs is the chilled place. It's very strict, but it's chilled. If your papers are in order, it's chilled. Because they know exactly what they need from you, because the hotel also will give you exactly what custom needs. So as soon as everything is in order, it's easy does it. So yeah, so your contract might be with you, or you'll have like a letter of employment, right? And then once everything is signed and sealed, you're in the system, you're there, they will take you around the hotel, show you the department you're working in, the stations that you'll be working at. Well, for me it was the gym, so they took me to the gym, showed me my colleagues and all of that, and then they took me then to my accommodation, right? accommodation. I hear a lot of people always going, yo, Dubai's accommodation, you get like 8 people in a room or 6 people in a room. When I was in Dubai, which wasn't long, because then I got shifted to Qatar. When I was in Dubai, I stayed in an accommodation, in an apartment, where there was 4 bedrooms. 2 of those bedrooms had an in-suite, and then the other 2 shared a big bathroom, right? And in each bedroom there was 2 of us. So this thing of 8 people in a room, for me, I haven't seen it. I haven't experienced it. Even visiting other people at other hotels at their accommodation, I haven't seen it, right? So I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Maybe it does, but I haven't seen it, right? Because, as I said, when I was in Dubai, my accommodation, there was 4 bedrooms. There was 8 of us in that apartment. We shared the lounge, we shared the kitchen, and dining room. So you had like a small dining room with tables and chairs. We had a lounge, which had plenty of couches, a TV, and yeah. So the kitchen, we actually had 2 fridges in the kitchen, the stove, plenty of plates. You don't even buy your own plates. The plates are there, spoons, forks, and everything. So you don't really buy any cutlery or all those things unless you want to then buy things for yourself, right? But when you get the accommodation, everything is there and sorted, so you don't need to really buy anything, right? And then when I shifted to Qatar, same thing again. When I got to the accommodation, there was 6 of us at the accommodation, even less. So the apartment was a little bit similar size, just the way it was structured. Because in the kitchen they had like a chimney. I don't know if it's a chimney or something, but the kitchen was almost smaller than my previous accommodation. So the kitchen was a little bit smaller, but at the same time it was still 2 people sharing a room. But then on the other apartments, which were slightly bigger, some of the bedrooms was huge. So in that bedroom you could fit in at least, I'd say 4 people, or even 5 people. The way it's quite big. No, I lie. Maybe 4 people, but they'd fit in 3 people, right? And when you get into these rooms, the way that it's privatized is that you've got like your cupboards, but they're movable. So you put your cupboards in between, the middle of the room. One is facing that side, one is facing this way. So you can have your privacy in that way, right? But you don't get to 8 people in a room. As I said, I haven't seen that, right? So the accommodation is pretty nice. The hotel accommodations are pretty nice, pretty decent. As I said, most of the time you're sharing a room, right? So you share a room. Either your room will have a bathroom, so it will be a toilet, shower, basin, standard, or you'll have a big bathroom just outside your room that you guys share, right? And then also you'll have your lounge will have a TV. Most of the accommodation will have TV, and then there'll be like a small package like your DSTV, but the smaller one where you get like a few movie channels, few sports channels, that kind of thing. And then obviously your Netflix is connected on there. You just log in, or your Prime or whatever you subscribe to will be connected on there already. You just need to just log in. That's it. And then Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi in most countries in the Middle East, it's free, right? It's free, it's unlimited. So for example, when you get to the hotel, you will log into the staff network, which is free. You can download, you can do whatever you want to do. It's unlimited, right? And then when you get to accommodation, as I said, for my first accommodation when I was in Dubai, it was unlimited, right? It was unlimited. You just get to your room, log in, there you go. Voila, Wi-Fi is your uncle. But then when I got to Qatar, to my new accommodation, what we did is then in the apartment we had a Wi-Fi router. So we normally would put in about $20, which is about 6246, which is about 80 rands. We put about $20 each, and would buy unlimited Wi-Fi. And the nice thing about unlimited Wi-Fi is that it's not just for the month. You just pay every month the same. It continues. So yeah, it was like a contract, unlimited contract basically, right? But a prepaid one. So the Wi-Fi will be sorted. Don't worry about that. Because when you even get there, if you for the first month, I was like, hey, I don't have money to pay. They're like, no, don't worry. They'll hook you up, and then you'll start paying maybe on your second or third month, depending on how you're vibing with the people you're staying with. Right? So that would be accommodation. And then work-wise, it's pretty much simple, straightforward. It's you literally arrive at work. Well, they'll give you there's a shuttle, so they'll shuttle you to work, so you don't have to pay for transportation. That's another thing. You don't pay for transportation, so they'll shuttle you to work in the morning, and then they'll shuttle you home in the evening also. Food, so you can either take an earlier shuttle. Let's say you're starting at 8, you can take maybe a 6:30 or 7 o'clock shuttle, depending on how far you are from work. Because some companies, their accommodation is pretty far, maybe a little bit outside of town, about maybe 30 minutes away. Some is just maybe 15 minutes away. So depending on how far your accommodation is, you'll also just work that out also. And then from there, you can, as I said, take an early shuttle, go have breakfast, start work. Lunch is you'll get at the hotel. Dinner you can get at the hotel. Or you can leave after, let's say you finish at 5, normally dinner's at 6. So you can just maybe grab yourself some groceries, get back to the accommodation, cook for yourself. You can cook also for yourself if you feel like the food at the accommodation, at the hotel is not up to your standard. Because you must remember, the food in the staff cafeteria, it's mostly catered to the east side. So that's mostly like your Indian food, Asian food, Filipino food. So you don't really get African food. So some people prefer to then cook their own African food in the accommodation, and they can also invite like other African people, like, yo, I've got musho, I've got mpogo. So you come through, you have a jam, and then so you can do that. But 3 meals are provided for you: accommodation and transportation, right? Work is work. So if you applied for, I don't know, a chef, the hours are long. Hey, dude, as I said, if you're a chef, you're a chef. If the hours are long, something that you signed up for and you know about it. It's not like there will be something new now that everything is laid out for you straight up from the word jump. Everything, you know exactly what you need to do, how long are the hours you're gonna work for. So you won't get then be shocked and surprised like, hey, I didn't sign up for this, right? So most of the times your hours are either 10 or 12. It's 12 hours, exactly 12 hours. And then in Ramadan, no, it's 12 hours, yes, 12 hours. 2 hours of those will be lunch, so you're working 10 hours. So it's 12 hours, and then 2 of those will be your lunch and your dinner, or your breakfast and your lunch. And then when it's Ramadan, then it goes to 8 hours, right? It's 10 hours, and then 8 plus 2, But normally you're working 8 to 10 hours. 8 to 12 hours. So working hours are like that. But also, once again, the company will tell you all these things, right? And also you'll have benefits like stay, like if you visit another country, for example, let's say you're in Qatar, you go to Dubai, you can stay at the same hotel, same chain, let's say the Hyatt. You can stay at the same Hyatt, whatever Hyatt is available in Dubai, for free. So those are the things that you get. Also, some hotels are linked with airlines, so you will also be able to maybe get a discount on certain flights. So all these things you only find out once you get to the company or to the hotel and see what benefits they actually have. So there's a lot of benefits, and the nice thing about hotels is that it's there's growth also in hotels, right? But a lot of people don't like hotels because it's, I don't know, they can't, for me, I don't know why they don't like hotels. I enjoy hotels, I loved it, and it gave me a sense of independence also, because I'm alone and this, and they let you be your own person. You have to think for yourself. You have to kind of run your, well, I guess because I'm a personal trainer, so that's kind of different, because I had to kind of run my own business within the business. So I had that freedom of actually going, okay, what marketing do I need? Okay, I need this. Go down to marketing, be like, guys, can we do this? And they'd be like, yeah, we can. So for me it was different. So I guess it will also be different for you, different experiences also. So, but the hotels are nice. They're very nice, and it would be a stepping stone for someone who's looking for a job. Hotels would be a nice stepping stone to getting outside the country, because it's kind of a secure area where you're like, I know I've got a job at a certain company where I can leave, go there, and then work, and then come back. And guys, the other thing also is that now when you get there and you don't like the job that you signed up for, please guys, don't just quit. Please, at least finish a year. Because now if you quit in the middle of, let's say, your probation, chances of you ever getting hired back into that region are slim. Because the thing is, everything is linked. Everything is on the net. Everything is just linked. Like, for example, people who run away without paying, let's say, bills. Like, let's say they haven't paid rent for like 2-3 months, and they run away back to their country. As soon as they even going past that country, let's say a year later, they get red flagged. Literally, they get a red flag just by just passing, not even entering. So you don't want to be that guy that's red flagged every time now you're coming to that country, right? Or anywhere around that country. Because, for example, if a hotel, let's say Hyatt hires you, and you don't finish your probation, or you quit within like the first month or two, chances are that Hyatt is going to send out to other Hyatts around the Middle East and say, no, Steve is not a good worker, so if he ever applies for this, don't take him. So you don't want that. So grind it out. As I say, work is work. You grind it out as much as it might not be your cup of tea, but grind it out till the end. And yeah, do a year, and then after a year you go, hey guys, it's been good, then do something else. Because obviously within that year you're going to be looking at other prospects as to what you want to do if you're not happy with what you're doing right now, right? So yeah, so that's pretty much me covering hotels. And yeah, so you work a 7-day, you work a 5-day shift. So 5 days of the week you're working, and you get 2 days off. Your 2 days off will not fall on a weekend like a Friday, Saturday. It will fall maybe on a Monday, Tuesday, depending on how many people you are in your department. It will vary. So certain people will be off on a Monday, certain people off on a Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, and then certain people will be off Wednesday, Thursday. So it's not like back home where you're like, Monday to Friday I'm at work, Saturday, Sunday, weekend. And also weekends, they are different. Weekends are Friday, Saturday. Sunday is the first day of the week. Unlike back home, Monday, the first day of the week, and they work Monday to Friday. No, there you work Sunday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday is weekend, right? So once again, those are things that you need to be aware of, all right? And then with regarding to like holding hands and all those things. It's not like it's forbidden, but it's frowned upon, right? It's frowned upon, but it's not as strict as people make it out to be. They don't chop your hands and chop your no man. Yes, you'll get arrested. You'll get arrested. No, definitely for one drinking in public or even being drunk in public. That's you're gonna get arrested for that. Public PDA, public display of affection. People don't do it because already you like kind of like now I'm telling you don't do it, right? You're not gonna go there and be like these people are talking nonsense. I'm gonna do it. The thing is, people don't do it because they know it's not supposed to be done, and so you don't get incidents of it happen. No one ever. I've never heard anyone go, "Hey, someone got arrested for public." No, nothing like that. Marriage is a big thing. So, if you with your partner, chances are they'll always be asking for like a marriage certificate. So, like if you're moving in, like if you booking a hotel. Let's say you want to get away for just the 2 days you off. When you get to that hotel, they'll be like, "Are you guys married?" kind of thing. But other hotels are more like, "Hey, you guys are here. Give us your money. We good." But other hotels, because there's always the old school hotels and the kind of liberal new school part of any of the Middle East countries, right? Like in Dubai, you still have the old Dubai and the new Dubai, like the Marina, but they still, even though they're still in the same city, but the rules are, certain parts are more liberal and certain parts are still strict and according, right? So those are the things you just need to be aware of. But otherwise, it's good times, man. It's good times. So as I said, you also get vacation. Obviously, you'll get vacation. Don't be like, I'm working here for the whole. No, you'll get vacation. So they give you, I think it's 32 days in a year. But then with your holidays that happen within the year, you can accumulate more days, right? For example, like Ramadan. So like for Eid, those days for Eid, you're at work, right? It's not like other back home where it's June 16, no one goes to work. No, whatever public holidays there, hotels don't shut down, but they give you back those holidays, right? So what you do is then you can accumulate those days to your, let's say, to your vacation when you're going back home or you want to travel, all those things. So literally within a year, you can go from 31 days to almost double. Because I used to get like 40 days a year, and I used to split it between June and December. So I used to, you can get like 40 days within a year because there's a lot of holidays. But because we work at the hotels, we didn't get to time off, so we accumulate them. And then I'd take like 20 in June, because my son's birthday is in June. So I'd take 20, go down for his birthday, and then go back, and then again in December I'd take another 10, another 15 or 17 around there in December, and then back again in Jan. So so you get your vacations, don't worry about it. You're not gonna be stuck there forever. You get your vacations and all those things. And yeah, man, it's a good opportunity to look into, as I said. And what I'll do now is I'll actually post some of the vacancies that are available at the Hyatt that I used to work at, and I'll try to also get someone from some other Hyatts just to talk to and see how I can link up with them regarding other posts. But for now, I only have these links that I'm gonna show up. They're gonna pop up here. Those are the ones I only have. So once again, please don't send me your CVs if these don't apply to you, right? Only send me your CV if this applies to you, right? and also send me your CV on my email, which will be underneath the description here, and I'll try look at all the CVs and I'll email back. Don't worry, I'm not just gonna look and be like, I'll email back and tell you if you're good to go or this needs working, whatever. And then the ones that I choose, I'll send them through to my friend at the hotel, and then she's gonna sift it through and be like, and she'll tell me which ones are, so that I can actually also get back to you guys. And then the process then will be up to you, how you do with that interviews and all those things. So as I said, for me, from my side, I'm just trying to link employer and employee. Langan. Yeah. So yeah, man, so thank you for tuning in. This has been great. And as I said, I can only get better from here. And also, guys, I only get better because I hear from you guys. So I can only do better when I get feedback from you guys. So thank you for the feedback on my last video. Give me feedback on this one also, and tell me how it was, what you want to hear, and anything else regarding work, right? And also, yeah, how's my trips around the world? That will also be coming up. Some few videos I'm gonna shoot to show you behind the scenes, because a lot of people think, hey, I work nicely. No. I'm outside because I'm on my break. That's why. When you go to KFC and have chicken on your break, I go out and explore islands. That's the only difference. I'm still at work. Once I explore, I come back and work. But anyways, yeah, I'll get to that also a little bit later in the series. But for now, I just want to say thank you and appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, share, subscribe. As you know, the handles are Sandy Sees the World. That is on Facebook. And then Sandy_sees, SEAS _ the world. That's IG. And then obviously on YouTube, it's Sandy Sees the World. So yeah, thank you very much. Much appreciated. As I end off, you know how we do. Keep the good times rolling and the fun times flowing. Kabe sitsho ekhaya, uhamba kukubona umzimba lo ceda umbhomo oyala umthembu timani so pitch vele bambhensela. Signing out.